it is I, Alejandra. I am back with another video for you. If you haven't checked out my 4 previous videos, go ahead and check those out. Go ahead and reintroduce myself. If you're new to my channel, my name is Alejandra. I am a new licensed esthetician in the state of California. I am a student, I am a mother, I'm a self-care advocate, a beauty connoisseur, you name it, I'm on. Here in my brand new studio, I'm getting ready for my grand opening, and I've been getting so much positive feedback that I'm so excited for you guys to check it out. I'm going to be doing a video revealing the grand tour of my studio as soon as it's ready. So make sure that you turn on your notifications so you know when that comes out. With no further notice due, we'll go right ahead into this video. This video is all about how to greet your client, how to treat your client consultations, what questions you should be asking. Ready to become a solo esthetician, cosmetologist, or beauty service provider, go ahead and grab your pen and paper because I've said it and I'm gonna say it again. This might help you out. Okay guys, so you've booked yourself, you're booked and busy. You're gonna have those clients coming in. You wanna make sure that they're filling out a consent form for every visit that they come in. Yes, every visit. Even if they're not filling out the same form, go ahead and provide them with a form, or you can add an area to your consent forms that makes them review their history and check off that they reviewed it and make sure that there is no changes to their history, and they can make things easier for you. Just a suggestion, want to make sure that you're filling out your consent form before any service, just because things can change, right? 4 weeks, 6 weeks, clients can get waxing, clients can get Botox, clients can have a lot of things done to them or be treated for a lot of things and they're not thinking about it, right? They're just on their go, right? We forget sometimes too if we're under some type of medication, or hey, we forget that yesterday we went waxing or we just had some Botox done. Things like that can happen. We're all busy, we get it. But make sure that you are going through those consent forms, make sure that you are reviewing them before the service, and make sure that you are also clarifying that if they don't take their time to review the consent form, there could be some risks and factors in that. So you don't want to scare them, but you do want to let them know the severity if there is anything that was not said or informed before the service, because things do happen. All right, so your client is going to walk in, right? Wherever you're at, you want to make sure that you're ready, that you're prepared, that you did your stretch, that you've got your ambience all set. Once your client comes in, make sure that you greet them. Make sure that, right now, a lot of people are not shaking hands. I get it. But hey, a smile, even if you are wearing a mask, make sure that there is a smile on your face. So let's practice that. 1, 2, 3. All right, so make sure you're wearing your smile. Make sure that you have a great posture. Make sure that you are ready and excited for them to come in and receive the amazing service from you. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna greet them by their name. You can say something like this: hey, welcome, Claudia. My name's Alejandra. Thank you so much for coming into Glow Factory. So you're here for the classic facial. Great, awesome, let's get you in. Simple. Let's go over the consent forms. So I know a lot of people are using online forms for their consent forms, or some people are old school like myself and they use paper. What I have been finding easy for me is email this form to my client, or any form for any other services, 48 to 72 hours prior to their session, so it gives them enough time to fill it out. People have got a lot going on, right? And I give them the option to either fill it out because it is in a PDF form and send it back to me via email, or print it out themselves and bring it to their session. So I do emphasize those 2 things. Other than that, I also give them the choice of me having it printed out for them, but I do ask them to come in 10 minutes prior to their session so it doesn't cut into their session time. That's also emphasized in the email. So whenever you are sending these out, you just want to make sure that they're having multiple choices, just because some people might not have a computer, some people might not have a printer that works, or some people are just not tech savvy, right? My form that I created on Canva. I'm so proud of myself. So as you can see, I have a message here. I really wanted to emphasize this message. That is why it's almost half of the page. And I'm gonna read it to you so you can get an idea of what I expect from my clients and what should my clients expect from me. Glow Factory thrives to make your experience as pleasant and safe as possible. That is why we encourage you to answer the following set of questions at the best of your ability. We understand that some risks do factor if answers are left blank or untrue. Please ensure you read thoroughly and sign and date it as stated. Thank you. And just really, this is just for me to cover my butt and, you know, make sure that they do take it serious, because a lot of times people are filling out the consent form, they're just like gibberish. My consent form starts off with the personal information, which is their name, date of birth, their email, and their phone number, and then who referred them as well, because I have a referral program and that's how I keep track. On this side, I have what type of appointment is usually for a facial or hair removal. I do other services, but I have different consent forms for that. And here's just general information. General information is going to be things like if they've received any hair removal in the past 24 to 48 hours, laser, Botox, anything like that, if they are being treated by a dermatologist, if they're under a physician's care, if they're taking any medications, if they have any history, like medical history. I even have a question here that says, do you have any other medical history that was not described above? So just in case I missed anything, I also added this one. You suffer from claustrophobia. This is big because I am wrapping a lot of clients under a warm towel. Sometimes I do jelly masks, and I know some people that tend to deal with that might not feel comfortable with that, so I keep that in mind when this question is marked yes, just to maybe not wrap them up as tightly, or maybe not leave the towel on so long, or let them know that jelly mask doesn't have to cover their eyes or mouth. So things like that to consider for your clients. As for the second sheet, it asks more questions about their skincare. What is their skin type? If they have a skincare regimen, if they're exposed to the sun, how often, things like that. How does their skin heal? Have they ever been on Accutane? Those are questions that you want to make sure that they're answered. Things like medical history, physician's care, dermatologists, pacemakers, epilepsy, pregnant, conceiving, breastfeeding. Those are big questions that you want to make sure that they are asked and answered correctly, because those are major contraindications for some of the services. Over here, I do have the waxing, which is basically just asking them if they've recently been exposed to the sun, are they prone to ingrowns, are they sensitive, or anything like that that I might have to make sure I know before applying wax to them. I also added a photo consent section here, basically just letting them know that during the session I might be video recording, I might be taking pictures of them or the service, and it's solely for the use of my social media marketing tools. So they have the option to say yes or no to that, so that way in the middle of the service I'm not stopping them and asking them, hey, do you mind if I take a video, because that will kill the mood. And then here it's just basically their signature and acknowledging that they have answered all the questions correctly and to the best of their ability. And my third page is this big guy that really goes into depth of basically the risk of the procedures and potentially the aftermath if they're not, you know, following the post-care, aftercare instructions. So they acknowledge this, they signed it, they understand the risk, they understand that there is going to be some aftercare that they might have to follow. I have a fourth page that's just for me. It's just basically what I find during the skin analysis, the products that I applied, and then what are my recommendations or suggestions for after the visit. So pretty simple. It doesn't have to go crazy. You don't have to get into so many details, but you do want to make sure that you are following on those questions that we just asked. And make sure that you're reading it. Make sure that you're actually paying attention to this little detail. That is why I went and created my own consent form, even though it was a little bit tedious and took some time. I really wanted to make sure that I knew word by word, if possible, what was in these consent forms, and I felt 100% that I was going to get all the information that I needed prior to any of the services. So there you have it. Make sure that you're asking the right questions. If they've received the service before, how long ago it was, if they've been on Accutane, if they're under a physician's care, dermatologist, if they're taking any medications, any seizures, epilepsy, pregnancy. trying to get pregnant, breastfeeding. All those things are very, very big, and those questions must be answered in your consent form. My suggestion would be that you get on Etsy and see some consent forms and see if you like them, maybe purchase them from them. You're welcome to reach out to me if you need help creating a consent form for yourself. Guys, well, I hope you found this video to be helpful. I am so excited. I can't wait to hear all your feedback. Go ahead and like and comment this video. Go ahead and comment what you would like to see. Make sure that you are subscribing and turning on those notification buttons, because big things are coming to Glow Up Factory and you don't want to miss them. So until further notice, mi gente, peace and love.